2022 Subaru WRX. MSRP range $29,105, $41,895. What's new? The WRX is fully redesigned for 2022. More powerful engine, available adaptive suspension, kicks off the fifth WRX generation. Subaru's redesigned 2022 WRX is a welcome and much-needed improvement over the previous generation, but it also has some drawbacks that you'll want to be aware of. Check out our test team's expert rating to get our full report. Subaru's redesigned 2022 WRX follows the successful original recipe of a sport compact sedan fitted with a punchy, turbocharged flat-four engine that powers all four wheels. The outgoing generation lasted longer than usual from 2014 to 2021 and was sorely in need of an update. This new WRX is wonderful news for its existing and potentially new fan base. It faces off against primarily front-wheel drive competition, including Hyundai's new Veloster and the redesigned 2022 Volkswagen Golf GTI, but could be compared to the all-wheel drive Golf R and turbocharged Mazda 3 as well. It's based on an entirely new chassis for the WRX, and power comes from a 2.4-liter, up from a 2.0-liter turbocharged flat-four engine. The new WRX cranks out 274 horsepower and can be had with either a 6-speed manual or Subaru's upgraded continuously variable automatic Subaru calls the Performance Automatic. Following both brand and model tradition, the WRX is all-wheel drive. Breaking some new ground for the WRX is an available adaptive suspension. Among other higher-performing but not high-performance sedans, the Subaru WRX is a bit rougher around the edges. That may sound like a drawback for those seeking comfort and refinement, but it's a ringing endorsement for those familiar with the WRX's rally racing heritage and Subaru's history of producing fun and engaging vehicles. How does the WRX drive? The WRX isn't as quick as some of its rivals, but it's still fun to drive. We tested a manual-equipped WRX, and at test track it accelerated from 0 to 60 mph in 6.0 seconds. That's appropriately quick, though achieving that time requires an abusive launch technique. Our test driver noted, "I'll be honest and say I thought I broke this car trying to launch it. The driveline shock when you drop the clutch is so harsh and severe that I thought there might be a pile of metal on the ground." Even with the new engine, there's a significant amount of turbo lag below about 3,000 RPM. That means getting the best launch basically means dropping the clutch from about 5,000 RPM. We have yet to test the automatic-equipped WRX. The WRX is at its best when leaping from turn to turn on a curvy road. Its strong mid-range power, all-wheel drive traction, composed suspension and responsive steering make for an excellent, enthusiastic driving experience. Unfortunately, the brakes in the WRX don't deliver the response or stopping confidence we'd expect. Its pedal feels too soft for something this sporty. At our test track, however, the WRX was able to stop from 60 mph in just 110 feet, a respectable distance for the segment. How comfortable is the WRX? The ride quality and the seating comfort in the WRX are both right at the top of their class. It's worth noting that several hours of driving in the WRX gave us no significant fatigue or pain. The seats hold you in place while during corners and provide proper support all the time. The climate controls that are located inside the big center touchscreen are a bit difficult to learn and can be distracting at first, but most owners will get the hang of using them relatively quickly. On the downside, the WRX is pretty noisy, with a little rumble from the engine at highway speeds and some pronounced wind noise over the doors and mirrors at speed. How's the storage? As a higher-performing compact sedan, The WRX's competitor set includes a lot of vehicles that are available either as sedans and hatchbacks, or hatchbacks exclusively. The WRX only offers 12.5 cubic feet of trunk space, which is less than what the Honda Civic C and Hyundai Elantra N offer. Thankfully, the rear seats do fold down to accommodate longer items. Small item storage is adequate enough for smartphones and small water bottles. Installing child seats into the back should be relatively easy thanks to wide opening doors, though you have less rear legroom to fit a larger seat. How's the fuel economy? The EPA estimates a manual-equipped WRX will get 22 mpg in combined driving, which is one of the worst in the class. Driving the WRX on the test loop for 115 miles, the WRX averaged 24 miles per gallon. That's right where we'd expect it to be according to its fuel economy rating, but other cars such as the Golf GTI and Elantra N are more frugal. How's the interior? Up front, the WRX feels roomy for its class, and finding an excellent driving position should be easy. There's lots of range from the adjustable steering column and the driver's seat. The cabin controls are all within reach, and with the exception of the center screen, which looks daunting to use, everything is pretty easy to navigate. The back seat is a bit more cramped, especially with the transmission tunnel running through the center of the floor, so don't put your long-legged friends in the center of the back seat. Getting in and out of the WRX is easy thanks to wide opening doors, and once you're inside there is a good view forward from large windows. The high trunk line makes rear visibility more of a challenge compared to others in the class, but that's no major penalty. How's the tech? The 11.6-inch center screen in the WRX Limited is a highlight of the interior experience. It has crisp graphics and quick responses to inputs. Some users may dislike the portrait-style layout, but getting used to its functions is relatively easy. Seeing navigation, destinations, and directions is easy too thanks to the clear screen and high-contrast display. The 11-speaker Harman Kardon stereo is excellent as well, with high-quality audio that's properly powered for high-volume listening. Smartphone connections occur quickly, and voice controls are easy to use thanks to a number of on-screen prompts and the system understanding most natural language. Our test vehicle was missing some key optional driver aids including adaptive cruise control and forward collision mitigation, but the blind spot monitoring system and the lane keeping assist on the vehicle worked well without false alarms or overly sensitive alerts. Is the WRX a good value? Build quality is excellent. There are lots of soft touch surfaces, and the WRX feels classy from the moment you step inside. Unfortunately, the WRX's fuel economy is much worse than competitors and worse than already bad previous generation models. It's also one of the more expensive, higher-performing compact sedans on the market. For the class, the WRX's warranty is average, 3 years/36,000 miles of basic coverage, 5 years/60,000 miles of powertrain coverage, and corrosion coverage for 5 years/unlimited miles. Roadside assistance lasts the life of the basic warranty. Wildcard. Fun is the name of the game in the WRX. We're heartbroken Subaru doesn't have plans to continue offering its even higher performing WRX SDI in the future, but the standard WRX model provides a significant performance bump over the Impreza and it's comfortable during daily driving. The plastic panels that line the bodywork are a polarizing bit of styling, especially in photos, but they are easy to get used to in person and they give the WRX an extra bit of personality, which WRX does recommend. The top GT trim is cool but pricey, so stick with the mid-level premium for the best value. You're still getting most of the good stuff, such as the 11.6-inch touchscreen, and you can add on the optional upgraded sound system and navigation system if you want. Subaru WRX models. Subaru's 2022 WRX then comes in base, premium, limited, and GT trims. Each comes with a turbocharged 2.4-liter horizontally opposed four-cylinder engine that's good for 271 horsepower and 258 lb-ft of torque. Power flows to all four wheels through either a standard 6-speed manual transmission or an optional continuously variable automatic CVT. Subaru calls it a Subaru Performance Transmission. Pros: standard all-wheel drive enhances traction and performance. Available 11.6-inch infotainment touchscreen is easy to read. Brisk acceleration. Stable and engaging handling. Cons: subpar fuel economy. Noticeable road and wind noise. Need to order the automatic transmission to get most of the car's driver aids.